What is up, all you trucksters out there and truckettes? This is Trucker Fishing coming to you from the trucker compound. I have my woods behind me. I have my house right here. From coming to you from the beautiful Dallas, Georgia. Right today, I wanted to bring to you guys how I do my hook knots and how I do my weedless my weedless jigs. So, without further ado, I do not buy weedless jigs. I actually take what I have and make weedless jigs. So, this is how I do them. I have my hook. There's the eye of the hook. I thread the line through the eye of the hook, just like so. And I basically started out as a basic knot that you would basically do for your hook. I spin it a couple of times. I think I spin it like maybe 6, 7, probably not even that many. Then I take it through that first loop like you normally do, just like this. I take it through that first loop. I bring it out the first loop, and you always have that second loop right before you tighten it down, right there. So I send it back through that second loop, just like so, grab it, and then I tighten it down. With me, that just gives me a little more confidence in my hook set. It gives me a little more confidence that it's not gonna it's not gonna come off when I land that big fish. I've had no issues with this knot since I started doing this, which I started doing this um, about a year and a half ago. Then I take my fingernail snips and I cut it. Even when I get, like, if I even do get snagged on something, because you know how you'll get snagged on a tree underwater, or you might cast out, you might get hung up in a tree. That happens sometimes. It doesn't come off. It doesn't come off. Either I get my hook back, or I get my hoe set up back, or I just have to cut it. So I got my hook and my line set. So next thing I do is I want to grab my lure, which I have 2 boxes out here, and with the 2 boxes being out here, I have to kind of go through both boxes. I apologize. But as you see, there's 2 sides to the lure. There's the top, there's the bottom. The swim bait that I have in my hand right now has an opening, and I like to call that opening my hook cradle. If you can see it, that'd be my hook cradle. So the top of your swim bait has a flat edge. You stick it through the flat edge till you get to the curvature of the hook. Then you bring it around through the swim bait, just like that. You want to grab the bottom of the hook. Do not poke yourself. You want to grab the bottom of the hook, take it up to the eye of the hook. As it gets to the eye of the hook, you want to spin it, and you want to continue to pull it through that swim bait, just like so. There's 2 ways you can do this though. Once you get it to this point, you can keep the eye of the hook right here in the head of the swim bait and send the hook through, just like so. Which I don't take it all the way through, just for the simple fact I am trying to make this weedless. So I don't take it all the way through. I take it to where I feel that it will not catch any weeds, just like that. But the only thing about doing it this way opposed to the next way I'm going to show you is when sometimes it slides. Sometimes that back part of the hook slides out. So when the bass hit it, your hook doesn't come out. That's sometimes. So what I like to do is I'll pull the eye of the hook all the way through, just like that. I pulled it all the way through, set it back. I'm going to set it in the curvature of it and slide it up a little bit. Then I'm going to take the back end and do what I was just telling you guys, just so. And like I said, I do not take the hook all the way through. I let it sit right there on the back. That creates a weedless jig, a weedless swim bait, weedless jig, weedless, whatever you want to make weedless. That way when the bass comes up, you're going through the water, bass comes up, bam, hits it, hook comes out, set the hook, get that bad boy in there. And then once you get them in, weigh them, toss them back, put them in your live well, however you want to do it. All you have to do, if it's like this, all you have to do is just slide it right back up, boom. It's weedless again. Roll. Let's roll. And it's real simple to even switch it, to even take this same hook and switch it out with something else. Like, let's see what else I got here. I don't want it to fall. I have a worm. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that, and I have a crawdad. And like I said, it's real simple to do this with pretty much anything, and it's real simple to just take it out, just reverse everything you did. In a matter of seconds, you have your hook back. With the worm, same preference. Take it down through to the curvature of the hook. Bring it out. And this one's going through the side, but this is just, right now I'm just showing you guys. And once you get to the eye, what do? You turn the hook. And I like to keep the eye in my worm. It gives the worm a little more weight in the front, so it gives it that, I guess you could say, that head prop. Then I just take it through just a little bit, and boom, I have another weedless jig. So, and like I said, sometimes with keeping the eye in the jig, it won't slide out, but like I said, you can always bring your eye further down, because you want to give it as natural of a profile as you can, and pop it through, and there you go. Once again, you're going through the water, bass hits, boom, hook, set, get them in, put them back, slide your jig back up, it's weedless again. Now, you can use these just about anywhere. There's grass cover, there's trees, as far as down trees, whatever. And the reason why I know that is because I've actually went out to my local lake, and it has a lot of grass coverage under the water. It has a lot of down trees in the water. It has a lot of things in the water, guys. So I've taken this out there, I've tested it, I've thrown it over the trees, I've thrown it into the grass, I've thrown it into the trees and everything, and I've always gotten it back. It's not a 100% guarantee that you're going to get it back, but from my experience, I've gotten them all back. uh, just like, okay, you got your crawdad. You have the butt end of the crawdad. It has a little circle on it. You take that hook through that circle, down to the curvature of the hook, out through the meat part of the crawdad. The only problem about the crawdad is I don't take the eye of the hook all the way down. I come down to that first, to the first bend in the hook. Sorry, I keep going. Because I'm not looking as I'm showing you guys. I'm looking at what I'm doing because I do not want to get hooked. And like I said before, you take your hook, you spin it, and you just come out your crawdad. Just like so. Just like so. And yes, the crawdad has a little bit of the point out, but while it's in the water, I mean, that doesn't really catch any grass. It might catch a little bit of grass, but like I said, from my experience, the way I do these, I really don't have any issues with it. That's just from my experience. So basically, just to recap with you guys a little bit, you take your hook, you put it in your swim bait, your worm, your crawdad, whatever you're using, down to the curvature of the hook, out. You bring it all the way down to the eye. You spin it as you get to the eye, pull it through. You can either leave it in the head of your swim bait or pull it to the bottom of that head and just pierce the back of the swim bait to where it's laying on top of the back of the swim bait. That gives you that weedless swim bait, that weedless bait you're looking for, and it doesn't affect most baits that I've done this with. It hasn't affected the natural movement of the bait, how I want to work the bait. I can jerk it as much as I want to. Nothing happens to it. The only thing that I've had not even, I wouldn't call it an issue, but the only thing that's gone, that I've done with these baits where something's went wrong with them, is when a bass has hit them, and I've used it a couple of times because once a bass hits a bait over and over, that bait starts to tear up, and that's basically the only issue that I've had with it. Just because of the sliding motion back and forth, you know, once the bass hits it, sliding it up, kind of wears that plastic rubber out. But like I said, that's the only issue I've had with it. If you guys want me to make more videos like this where I show you guys how I do my baits, how I set up my rigs, all that, just hit that link in the bottom, type me a comment, and I'll start doing these for you guys. Other than that, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's get it on, guys. Keep on fishing, never stop, and I'll get back to you guys the next time I make a video. Trucker fishing out, guys.